Hello, this is Johnny Ohinaba Perryman, and this is the third installment on the Family Trust. Now, I normally wait longer than this before make another video, but I felt that this was very important. It was important because of all of this money that's being made available with the stimulus package, the trillions of dollars. And most of us say that we're not ready to do, well, as a matter of fact, most of us, what we're saying is we're looking forward to getting our $1,200. But $1,200 is nothing. There was a man that had a business that had been closed for some time, and he had no employees, and he applied for the money to keep his employees working. And he applied for this money, and he got $53 million. He had no employees working, and his business had been closed for a while. And now, the reason that he felt that he could apply for it is because he was feeling the white privilege. You look at Barack Obama, he wore a tan suit one time, and Fox raised all kinds of hell, about him wearing a tan suit. And then you get Donald Trump, who hires his whole family, refuses to show his taxes, and he feels the white privilege. Now, to one degree or another, people feel that they have white privilege when they're white. But there's no black person that feels that way because we've been told and shown that we don't have a privilege. And so, we think we have to have everything perfect before we can step in and put our hat in the ring to get some of the money that's out there. The truth of the matter is, all you really need at a time when they're throwing money everywhere is a good idea on how to make this world a better world, how to help somebody in these crises, and you can get money from the government. There was this guy that had a still where he made whiskey, and he just quit making whiskey and started making alcohol, and he started making hand sanitizers with it, and then he got orders from all over the world. And making hand sanitizers is so simple and easy to do. And so I'm saying that there's something that you can do. Just get up off your butt and go do it. If you can't think of anything by yourself, get together with 5 or 10 people, and you can't be meeting within so many feet, but you can meet over the telephone. Get together with several people and do Zoom on the internet on your computer, and talk about what you can do and how you can take advantage of all this money out here. Now, when we say we're not ready, normally what that means is that you've been spending so much money that you're in too much debt. And what I'm saying is get out of that debt. If you got credit cards, take one of them credit cards at a time and pay it completely off until you have them all paid off. And when you have them all paid off, don't charge things on that credit card anymore. It's okay to charge stuff, let's say if you have a Costco card and you're charging stuff while you're shopping, but when you get the bill at the first of the month, pay that thing off completely. Don't pay any interest at all. And most of us have a closet full of clothes, and yet we still go out shopping to buy clothes. And you barely got enough room in your closet for another pair of socks. Not only do you not need any more clothes, you don't even need the clothes you have in the closet. Give some to Goodwill. And when it comes to shopping, be careful how you shop. This is the last video I made. I had on a pair of glasses like this. And these are the kind of glasses that Jimi Hendrix wear. And I saw them for $79 on the internet on Facebook. But the $79 was crossed out. You can buy them for $27. Well, I bought these on Wish. And on Wish, they were free, just pay the shipping. And the way you get down, like the shipping is going to be about $4 or so. And the way you get out of paying all of that for the shipping is you buy 10 pair of glasses at a time. And the shipping is probably $6. And so you wind up paying $6 for 10 pair of these glasses. And a friend of mine was wearing them around town, and everybody wanted them. And so she was selling them for $15 or $20 a pair. And so not only were my glasses free, I got a profit from them. I used to go in Seattle, I used to go shopping at the Trade Center for once a year when all of the people that design clothing and stuff from all over the world would come down there and bring their samples and try to sell them to the department stores. And the department stores take a look at them, and some of them they take orders, and some of them they don't take orders. But the people don't want to fly all of that stuff all the way back to where they come from, so they take it down to the Trade Center and sell them. And so you can buy them for almost nothing. You can buy designer clothes, some of the best clothes anybody's ever seen anywhere, and pay less than J.C. Penney prices for it. And so I used to buy all my wife's clothes. I used to buy all my clothes there. And everybody was amazed at my wife whenever she went to school. Oh, where did you get this? Oh, where did you get that? Oh, my husband bought it. I used to go to the gym show to buy her jewelry and stuff. My brother-in-law knew that I had some things that I bought from the gym show, and he needed to get something nice for his wife for Christmas. And he wanted to know if I had anything nice. And so I took out this bracelet, and he showed it to him. He asked me how much it cost. He said he didn't know if he could afford that or not. I said, it's $400. He said, okay, I'll bring you the money tomorrow. And so the next day he came with the money, and I told him, I says, well, look, I told you $400, but you seem too eager to grab it, so the price done changed. The price ain't $400 anymore. So he got depressed and said, well, how much is it? And I said, $35. He whipped out that $35 and gave it to me, and out of $35, I made a big profit on the bracelet. I go to the gym show, and I might buy a watch for $3 or $4. I go buy some pearls. Hell, I got pearls that I wear, and it's a designer pearl set, and everybody thinks that and they're real pearls. Everybody think I'm spending large sums of money. I'm not. I've imported opals from Ethiopia, and the opals, I was the first one to bring those African Ethiopians into the United States of America. And my last day in Ethiopia, on my first trip there, a guy came to me with 2 hands full of opals, and he told me to take them to the U.S. and sell them and send him half the money. He didn't know me. I brought them, sold them, sent him hundreds of dollars. Before I know it, I got 5 more pounds of opals in the mail. That's how easy it is to make money. Now, I used to teach about how to become successful, and one of the things that I would teach is you can volunteer your way to the top. Now, I volunteered to do things for the union that I was a member of. I volunteered to be on the negotiating committee. I volunteered to be on the executive board. I volunteered for several different things. And volunteering means I'm giving my time to them free. But when it came down to like the negotiating committee, I read the contract 5 or 10 times, and I knew more about what was in that contract than anybody at the union from the president on down. And that showed when I was on the table with them negotiating. And so when one business representative resigned and they needed somebody else, I was the one that they appointed. They appointed me, and the next time I ran for election, I was selected again. But even when you're on working full time for the union, you still volunteer for certain things. I went to a fundraiser for this guy running for the county council on the board. And a guy came there that was running for governor, Gary Locke, for governor of the state of Washington. And so I gave Gary Locke, I told him what his platform should be, and he used that platform. And when he used that platform, he was elected as governor. When he left the job as governor, he went and got a job on Barack Obama's cabinet. When he was governor, he told me that any time that I was in Olympia, the capital, I could spend a night at his house, come to his house for dinner. You can volunteer your way into the White House. You can start working on committees to get somebody elected. After they're elected, you can still do volunteer things until that person realizes how valuable you are. Once that person realizes how valuable you are, like right now, if it came to contracts, even things that the government is writing up, healthcare programs, I could write those things up, and I can find out what's wrong with the ones other people wrote, and I can write better ones. I'm a very valuable person if I volunteer. And so when you volunteer, make yourself a very valuable person. When I was working as a business representative for the union, everybody that got a full-time job at the zoo, they volunteered at the zoo first. And so take a look at volunteering. When it comes to saving money, if you got $100 cable bill or $80 cable bill, you're throwing your money away. There are some people, sometimes you can see an offer of telephone, cable, and internet for $80 or so a month. And some people are paying more than that just for cable. And so and if you got the $80 a month one, and then after a year, or sometimes it's for 2 years, they want to raise the price up, you can always dump them and get another deal from somebody else. There's all kinds of ways to save money. If I'm not in a room, I turn the lights out. As far as stay out of them restaurants. And if I do go to a restaurant and buy something to eat, I ain't gonna buy no Coca-Cola or orange juice or any of that. I have that at home. If I want to drink some, I'll bring some orange juice with me and drink it in the car. And it's going to be a lot cheaper than what you find in a restaurant. And I definitely ain't going to go in there and buy any alcohol the way they like to charge for alcohol in those places. But as a matter of fact, one time, years ago, I decided to quit smoking cigarettes and quit drinking alcohol. And this was around 1982. And so when I quit, it seemed like the money was piling up so fast that I wound up buying another house in 1983. I bought it for $75,000. When I finally sold that house in 2007, I sold it for $275,000. But I don't waste money on marijuana or drugs. I don't waste money on alcohol. I mean, I have alcohol here. I have alcohol here that's been here for years. I don't sit here just drinking it up because it's here in the house. And normally when some of my alcohol get drunk up, it's somebody else that came over and did it. It's not me. I like to keep my head clear anyway. But you can look at the ways you're spending and pay off all your credit cards and start saving money. And you can start your savings with this coronavirus stimulus, put $500 in the bank, and then put at least an extra 50 or 100 or $200 a month in the bank after that. And put that money you put in the bank, put in a separate savings account. Because there's times that'll come around where $10,000 can make you a millionaire, and most of us wouldn't have the $10,000. And so I'm saying that the next time that come around, have the $10,000. But if you can go ahead and do something to make yourself a millionaire with the Corona stimulus package, go ahead and do it. The people that was doing the small business loan, all that money was gone in a short period of time, while we were sitting around thinking about it. Now they're putting out another $300 billion or 400 billion. They're putting out more money. And so what I'm saying is be ready for it. If you get, there's a bill in the House talking about $2,000 they're sending out, and plus $1,000 a month. If you're getting $1,000 a month and you're on Social Security that you live on anyway, if you get $1,000 a month and you have a job, take every single penny of that and invest it. Invest it in something to make yourself a billionaire at some time in the future. I have, well, anyway, I'm going to pass things down for generational wealth. I'm not trying to cash everything in for money right now so I can spend it. I want to I want to pass money down so that my descendants can have money in the future. I want to make sure that there's black money in the black community 100 years from now. And I don't think there's anything else to be said right now at this moment. So I'll go ahead and sign off. This is Johnny Ohinaba Perryman, and this is number 3 in the Family Trust. I love you all. I hope I told you something that can help.